Okay, hello everyone. This is Zach here. Just let me know if my sound's coming okay. Then we're gonna start shortly. Alright, so I think today focus we back to NS stocks. Okay, so let's open up my screener. Okay, so for those who are joining me right now, please let me know if my sounds and screens coming okay. Then we're gonna start shortly. Okay. So okay, feel actually NS counter is doing pretty well actually. Right, so okay, now before I start, let's go through Sesor. I think one of the friends here is asking for Sesor. Right, so wow, this is I think a fail shakeup. Okay, so but overall it's not that bad I think. Okay, but just that they need to do another round of shakeup. So a few things you want to look into. Okay, now let's focus on day. I think daily is the best one. Okay, so okay, now first of all, you have to start with the right support. Okay, so whenever you're able to spot the right support, you're able to spot the shakeout, right? So in this case, I think in this area, okay, holding more on 2040s. But if you notice, okay, one thing about Sesor is that I think they will make an around wash, which they are doing right now, is that the confirmation bar. Okay, remember on the shakeout parts when we talk about why we want to wait for the next day, right? For example, in this case, let me erase, or maybe let me hide this out. Okay, let me hide this out so we can get a cleaner chart. All right, so somewhere around here, if you pull up the line, okay, this is the green pentagon up bar high volumes, 2 bar down bar low volume, and then they retest resistance, right? So like I said, shakeout, okay, doesn't mean that it will break out and follow through, right? Hello yo, okay, doesn't mean it will break out and follow through, but at least okay, it will test certain resistance. Okay, so it's a good chance for you to do a whiteboard. But if let's say on this resistance, again, resistance and support is a price area, okay, it's not a price level, right? It's a price area, it's not a price level. So if let's say for example in this area you got some sellers coming in again, which is this bar here, down bar high volume, which means technically still got lots of sellers, right? They need to do another round of shake up. Okay, now this is kind of memory of KYM. Okay, I mean overall it's not that bad, but just that the seller is there again, so yeah, they need to do another round of shakeout. It's not ready yet. They need to go back to support and maybe sideways for another weeks to months, right? So for example KYM, if you realize here also, okay, this is NS, so this is easy to identify the support. So you can use this as a support as well. Okay, but this is a better one. NS turn to resistance, 1, 2, and then they break. Okay, they break with high volumes, increasing volume. Okay, but notice here, uptrust high volume. So seems like today they are still checking on the sell on support. So hopefully hold. Currently it's still low volume, right? So this is how actually you can use it. Okay, so for example, if you draw this line over here, so this is the closest period support and the resistance. Now they actually are checking on this area. All right, so for me, let's say you're following Sesor, I think is kind of same. Okay, kind of same. So okay, now let's look into some of the stock that interesting one. Okay, so SciPark, I think remember we talked about this on last Friday, if not mistaken. Today is Monday, right? Yeah, last Friday, right? So it closed with very nice NS. Okay, if you ask me, this is reversal, high volume reversal, and we got NS over here. Okay, so let me draw this up. Okay, we got a nice reversal, and then today is very crucial because today is down bar, but it should be low volume. Okay, of course volume is a bit high. I think in the morning, they got some sort of like a selling in the morning around 9. Okay, so volume is pretty high, but subsequently, okay, low volume. Okay, I'm not so sure, but I think the low volume so far is pretty good. Okay, it's pretty good. It's close with 2040s, somewhere around here. Okay, but again, a quick disclaimer, I'm not here to tell you what to buy or to sell. Again, sometimes it will feel like, for example here, sometimes it will fail, but they need to make a wash before they goes back up again, right? So Anju, if you look into Anju, okay, for those who following SciPark, I remember I share Anju chart with you all. Okay, so this is the area they cross back
But in this case, Anju is better. They do a low volume over here, so this is like a better one. Okay, so hopefully side part we'll sort of see that. Okay, let's talk about Anju, right? So notice here low volume. Okay, notice here low volume. Okay, again, I'm not so sure whether it holds or not, but you know, lots of stock currently, they are actually kind of low volume. Okay, they are actually kind of low volume. So you know what it means by low volumes, right? Okay, so continue to monitor those stocks that are showing low volume with a sign of strength in the background. Okay, I think SciPark is one of them. Right. So remember Samcham. Okay, Samcham hourly chart green pentagons. Background NS. Alright, background NS. Okay, so here uptrust, but no confirmation, gap up as a support. Okay, here we got NS. Okay, we got NS. Okay, now hourly chart. Okay, notice mostly low volume, and today early in the morning strong bar pushing up green pentagon. Okay, so again, few things also. Remember we talked about the green pentagons during sideway, volume must increasing. This is kind of like a similar volume, okay, but you're able to make a follow through. So now seems like heading to this main resistance. Okay, so hopefully you're able to make a follow through. Okay, so this is one of them. Okay, so as far as I can remember, let's see. Paragon. Okay, I think Paragon doing pretty well as well. The other one is Opcon. Okay, so few of them actually come with a very solid, nice NS. Alright. So okay, now let's look into Paragon because this is remind me on one of the counters. Okay, remind me one of the counters that make a pretty big movements. Okay, after you know from this accumulation to the top here, or maybe to the top here lah. Yeah, it's around like 100%. Alright, so it still seems like volume is coming in recently. So it's not 100%. This is 1000%. Sorry. Okay, this is 1000%. Right, so seems from the bottom until now it's like almost 700%, right? But I think seems like still got some things coming in from this chart because recently got high volumes. We got NS above 2040s. Now this is remind me of G-Shan. Again, not trying to say that it will follow G-Shan, okay, but it can't remind me like G-Shan, okay, or maybe Unicrop maybe. Okay, so here after it goes up for I don't know 300-400%, it makes like a weakening of trend crossing below 2040s. But if you notice the top there, they don't have much of the weaknesses. Okay, but of course Paragon, maybe there's one big UT, you need to be careful. So here is the bar that's showing sound strength, right? So Paragon showing sound strength at the moment. Okay, so I'm not so sure whether they'll follow or not, but can't remember like this. Okay, Unicrop as well, I think it come with NS as well. Okay, Unicrop, let's look into Unicrop. Okay, again today we just do a quick updates overall because market is certainly a bit quiet. Okay, but I think it's a healthy sign. I'm not so sure. Okay, it's a healthy sign. Okay, so if you look closely, actually here got several NS area, right? So okay, again, checking the support is very important. Sorry, identify the support is very important because if you're able to identify supports, you know what it should shake out. Okay, so here we got one small one, a big one, okay, a small one, then they're crossing up 1, 2 NS area, okay, with the LC at the background. So this is also like a VCP setup as well. Okay, of course resistance is there, right? Hopefully it show a bigger volume to break above. Okay, so let's put this in the weekly charts. Okay, weekly chart kind of nice as well. Now here we got one big UT. Okay, Paragon is like this. Paragon is like this. So sometimes what happens is that it would try 1, 2. Okay, maybe a small one, thirds. Okay, follow through. Okay, we never know. Okay, but like I said, you just follow what you know. Based on most of the charts there. Okay, like for example, Unicrop in this case, there's big UT. Paragon, let's look into Paragon again. Okay, here got one big UTs, right? So sometimes what they do is that they would test somewhere around here, one and maybe break. Okay, so Unicrop actually, I think they are kind of like similar at the moment. Okay, second try already after the big UT. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, they try to break, now coming in. Okay, so if you realize, okay, all this bar actually come with high volume. Okay, so I don't know, just kind of like telling me the buyer somehow is slightly still in control. All right, hello Pojen. Okay, Amir. Okay, welcome for Sasor. Normally before SM do something, it will come with low volume. Okay, being I can say yes. Okay, but you know when they want to do something doesn't mean it become low volume. Low volume just telling you that uh is the activity still there. How should I put this? Okay, low volume technically means is that there's no much changes on the background. Okay, again, being going back to the 7-day tutorial series, remember we talked about what is narrow spread bar low volume, right? So whenever there is narrow spread bar low volume, there is a chances for a continuation of the trend. Okay, if let's say there's a high volume widespread bar, or maybe you know something that is funny, there is a chances for a change of trend. So you need to look into the background. Okay, you need to look into the background. So for example, of course this is not like a 100% right example, but just want to show you. For example, here this is a background coming from downtrend. Okay, realize high volume, so we got lots of low volumes, right? So this is low volume, means is that there will continue to be sideways accumulation, something like that. Okay, so once you got volume, low volume again, which means the background is better, and this background, this good background is still solid. Okay, this good background is still solid. Like for example, in this case, this is downtrending. Okay, the background is weak. Okay, so if let's say you got low volume somewhere around here, it will still remain as downtrend and weak. Okay, because the background is weak. Okay, so hopefully I able to answer questions being. Okay, type 1, okay, if you understand. Type 2 if you're confused. Okay, don't worry, just let me know. Okay, again, something that is very important to know, okay, and understand, okay, what actually is low volume means. Okay, so members, please type 1 for me if you understand low volume. If you're still confused, don't understand, type 2. Okay, at least maybe I will write down, okay, and maybe the upcoming weekly training I will include this again, right? So this this Friday weekly training, okay, this Friday weekly training, okay, I already talked to our coach Alif. He will do the US market, okay, because some of the members actually request US market. So this Friday member training will do US market. So let's say you need me to go through again, you know, some of the tutorial from the 7-day series. Let me know, okay, especially like you know, like being asked me about low volume parts. Okay, let me know. Okay, so I will include again. Okay, so there's a quick one for Yuli Krop. Okay, NS is there yesterday, sorry, Friday. All right, so hopefully it will still, you know, holds well. Now a few of the NS actually failed. This is some of the one that I'm actually following. This is my news. It break again 2040s, and I think is maybe it will, you know, move somewhere sideways again. Okay, so if you look into weekly chart here, high volume definitely is at the bottoms already. So I think if you are willing to hold, I think should be okay. Here we got low volumes. Okay, volume is still pretty high. Maybe it takes another weeks to months to sideways somewhere around here. Okay, to sideways somewhere around here. Again, a bit similar like all this Asia, Genting M, okay, all this kind of style. Okay, lots of low volumes, okay, around this area. So this is like a reaccumulation part. Okay, if you look into just on like Unicode as well, okay, I think it's a very good example. Okay, somewhere here, downtrend, high volumes, change of trend to accumulation, high volume goes up. Now seems like zigzag over here. Okay, the low is getting higher. Now somewhere this kind of reaccumulation can take months to 1 year one. Alright, but if let's say it break, usually it make a strong big movement. Okay, so that's why for those that who are looking for something mid to long term, I think best you check again using your weekly chart. Alright, so I think Genting M as well, if not mistaken. Okay, my news I think got something that is very similar. Okay, so here hits here resistance again. So it seems like this is a big resistance. This is a big resistance, but it's supported very well. Okay, well, let's say today this week the volume will remain low or not. MBSB. So again, this is a few counters that I'm actually checking for time to time, okay, on my using weekly chart. Okay, so well, I got 2 weeks kind of low volume or maybe narrow spread. This week not so sure yet. All right, this is MBSB. I think Muda, we do talk about Muda as well. It comes with NS in the background too. Okay, last week is low volumes. Okay, still average so hopefully this week come with lower volumes. All right, hopefully. Okay, so this is a few quick one that I can remember so far. Some of the very good NS. Okay, I think Hevia as well. Okay, hopefully you all watched the video, the quick recording just now that I do on Pohuat Lihen and Hevia. Okay, most of the furniture related making reversal, okay, based on daily chart, but weekly chart actually still haven't really crossed yet. Okay, so these are things that maybe I'm a little bit worried, but try to aim for some white ball first. Okay, when I mention about white ball, which means quick trades. Okay, so the reasons why, if you look into top glove again, okay, again we look into some glove. Okay, now drop further, right? So this is remind me of like this. Okay, remind me of this area and this area. Okay, just an example. So here seems like breakout after some high volume. Okay, at the time I thought it's going to reverse, but it failed. Okay, now this round it break, but if you notice the volume is somehow lesser. Okay, the volume is somehow lesser if you notice, right? So sometimes it will break, test one time, and second time it failed. Okay, so if I go back to Hevia, okay, notice here it comes with higher volumes. Okay, at the time I thought that it's going to hold as well for Hevia, but it break below. Okay, this round it cross again, but this round obviously the volume is lower. Okay, so if can follow 2040s, okay, you can do several things. Use the NS as a stop loss, okay, or 2040s if you're okay with the risk everything. For better confirmation, you can use VF, okay, volume flows, or maybe wait for another green pentagon for the confirmation. Okay, so that's Hevia. Okay, let's look into Lihen, but I think Lihen don't have NS at the moment. Okay, so this one also seems like a bit low in volumes. Weekly chart, again, you can use the auto trend line. Okay, so this one also one of the reasons why probably I want to monitor further, because of the trend line is still overstaying downtrend. If you look into some chart, right? Okay, the ultra trend line is pretty good. Okay, if you look into hourly chart. Okay, now this is what I mean, right? So here, short term wise downtrending. I mean obviously downtrending. Cross above. Okay, remember we talked about this last Friday training. Okay, high volume. So this is like a continuation of uptrend. Okay, from the short term downtrend, it crossed. Okay, so if you look into daily chart is uptrending. Okay, so with this bottom here is a support. All right, so bottom here is a support. I think I got a feedback from members saying that the colors there is slightly a bit light. All right, so maybe I will talk to Martin. We add a little bit of darker colors. Okay, so we can see it better, the resistance and support. Okay, oh yeah, Opcon, I forgot to mention. Okay, so Opcon still holding very well. I think today, yes, goes up. Okay, just want to know, anyone here is holding Opcon? Type 1 yes, type 2 no. Type 1 yes, type 2 no. Okay, I think we talked about Opcon for I think also months, right? Recently I think I mentioned again in the Telegram channel. Okay, simple. Why? Because first, this is again similar like some champ. Alright, we got UT, but no confirmation. NS, green pentagon is back. Okay, so today high volume, hopefully closing is strong. So this is again a sideways trend line, break above the short-term resistance. Okay, hopefully soon it will cross here. Okay, hopefully soon it will cross here. Oh, Cynthia got Opcon. Okay, oh, Cynthia, very nice. You got Opcon. Just like the other one is what already? Chuan, am I right? So okay, pretty good. Right, okay, being said now, okay, don't worry, still got lots of NS. Okay, still got lots of NS for you to study. Like I said, members, go to this screener. Okay, to save your time, go to this screener. You just go back to the past 5 to 10 days. Okay, 5 to 10 days. I sure you'll find few. Okay, if you are hardworking now, like for example this NS, right, is since early of August. Okay, early of August. So like I said, if you are hardworking enough, go back more than 10 days, okay, 15 days, 20 days, okay, you share with spot one or two like this, like Opcon, okay, that's, you know, after NS is still like sideway and then break. NS Queen, okay, yes, correct, NS Queen. Actually, previously we got one NS King, which is our members Alvis, but recently he's a bit busy. So in our group here currently we got NS Queen and NS King, okay. So alright, continue to practice. I think for new members, I think is, you know, NS is one of the easiest one to apply, okay. So okay, Opcom, any others? Okay, I think just now Cynthia do talk about Chuan. Okay, so congrats to 10% for today. Wow, but so fast into UT already. Yeah? So okay, okay, let's look into Auli. So hopefully Auli got big UT. Yeah. So Cynthia, hopefully you already take some partial profit at least. Okay, because this one Auli come with big UT. Okay, big UT. I mean high volumes. So usually high volumes, most of the time you go back to support test again, goes back up. Alright, so one of the, if not mistaken, this one come with NS as well. This is also from time to time I will come back and check. Okay, this one is a bit slow, but I think they are forming VCP again. I'm not so sure why. Okay, but I think they are forming a VCP. Okay, NS. You know, so seems like somewhere here still a bit like pretty quiet, right? So okay, LB aluminium. Let's try LB aluminium. Okay, good. TP already good. So yes, now take quick profits. Okay, if you're happy with the profit, just take. If not, like I say, partial. Okay, partial. Okay, LB aluminium, I don't think there is weakness. Okay, but usually after a wash, I think they will try resistance and go back to support again, right? Just like I think like Wong also, like my news. Okay, all these kind of counters. Let's look into Auli. Yeah, Auli no much weakness also lah. So I think still okay, but just that maybe sometimes it will like this a little bit lah. Even I think like Genting M and AHO also back to support, right? Let's check again. Genting M. Yep, now today turns to red pentagon. Okay, so here for those that who are looking for entry, remember NS, SP. Okay, support turn to resistance. Okay, so this is NS. Okay, so watch. I mean it's kind of obvious. This is support, resistance. Okay, so this is an important line, right? So the other things that you can use, again, the trend line. Let me draw again here so you can see a better line. Okay, here. Okay, so the other one is the bottom trend line. Okay, the purple color you just cross it. Okay, so let's see next few days or maybe 1 or 2 weeks later they will try here or not. Okay, if let's say low volume, I don't know, maybe. Okay, maybe it's another stocks that forming VCP, who knows, right? So I think AHA as well.